Okay, what up, ladies and gents? It's your favorite Asian robot, and I'm back here with video, okay, doing another build review. This dude, Kalen Holiday, Mr. Holiday says, can you review my build, please? It is Parasitic Curse, Assassin's Frenzy, Catalyst, Reckless Leap, Executioner Spearhead, Scar and Spike, Tempest with Koshai's Bloom, plus Catalyst, Time Weave Helm, plus Relentless, Quill Spike Jacket, Savagery, Malkurion's Grasp, Cunning, Thrax's Guile, and Relentless. Okay, I have reproduced that exact build here. Okay, Parasitic Curse. Let me remove my camera. Sorry. Parasitic Curse with oops, sorry. This is my version. Parasitic Curse, Assassin's Frenzy, Catalyst Cell, Tempest, Omni Cell, Koshai's Bloom with Catalyst right here. Time Weave Helmet, Relentless, Cool Spike Jacket, Savagery, Malkurion's Grasp, Relentless, and Thrax's Guile, Cunning. Okay. What I'm gonna say is that I have pimped out this build to make it deal more damage, but it's gonna require a slightly different understanding. Let's move over. Okay, what we have here, first and foremost, is that you need to understand that this build is a wounding build, right? It is designed to give behemoths wounds. For that reason, you don't need Assassin's Frenzy. If you actually go on the Dauntless Wiki and see what kind of bonuses wounds give you, if I'm not wrong, wounds will give you about 20% attack speed. Let me just double check that. Sorry, it's 15 or 20%. Aether Rush, Dauntless Wiki. It'd be somewhere in there. Yeah, it's 15% attack speed, sorry. So with Relentless will increase the effects of Aether Rush by 100%. 15% is going to go to 30%. All right, and the duration is 50% longer, which means that you're getting 30% more attack speed. You will already break the attack speed cap just by using Catalyst and Tempest. So using Relentless is considered like a bit overkill, okay? But the damage bonus is also really good. So if you're going with Relentless, you may as well go all the way. And Recycle on the Warpike for the stabbing is great to have it at +6, but it's really bad for the spins because the Warpike hits all different parts when you're using your harvest attacks, which is your main source of damage once you wound a part. So realistically speaking, with this whole build, one of the key things is that you will break the attack speed cap really easily, and there's no other way around it. You have to accept the fact that you're going to break the attack speed cap. One thing which could make this build more playable, if you wanted to go with the original version, you could run Discipline instead. This way there is some use for the Cunning here. But if you're going to run Tempest, I've made some changes to this build which will probably make it a bit more interesting. Okay, so considering that we want Tempest as our Omnicell, I have gone for Parasitic Curse, Acidic, Recycle. You don't need Assassin's Frenzy because as soon as you get one Aether Rush, that covers everything. You don't need to worry about Assassin's Frenzy, okay? Assassin's Frenzy for breaking parts. This is a wounding build. You don't need to focus on breaking parts. Acidic Cell, Recycle Cell. Tempest as your Omnicell of choice. Now, if you don't want Acidic, right, you have another choice. You can choose to add in more Berserker. It'll make this build even wilder because you're already going to get shields from Scar and Spike anyway. So there's no real panic about your hit points. And quite frankly, another Berserker would give you even more power. Or you can go Adrenaline to feed off your stamina reductions whenever you're doing the harvest attacks. But honestly, up to you. All right, with this. Another interesting choice would be Reduce. Why? Because Reduce will increase all damage by 20%, but attack speed will be adjusted down by 15%, therefore negating the effect of Catalyst, which I'm not a fan of. So realistically speaking, I would still put Acidic on because I really just want to deal the maximum possible wound damage to trigger Executioner Spearhead as much as possible. Also, sorry, this is supposed to be the Scar and Spite. Okay, so now that you understand this much for the weapon, all right, how is this build going to function in actual combat? Okay, first and foremost, we have more damage cells other than just Predator. We have Berserker and Recycle in here. So obviously this build, now if I spin close to the head, I can maintain Recycle. All right, and just by spinning this level 8 Warpike, you will see my damage just hovering around the 1000s, and it will just stay around there. All right. This is because once Berserker is in full bloom, you dish out plenty of damage. This would be quite a change if you were to go to the alternative build. Now, there's still a recycle bonus here, but on the original build, you will do less raw damage, but you have cunning to boost your damage as well. So although your raw damage is lesser, you get a bit more burst damage out of it. Okay, but overall, you have less wounding potential because your attacks, for example, if you start doing harvest attacks, that's pure part damage. So you're not going to see the same kind of results. As you can see, the DPS is lower, as well as there's no wound damage coming in. All right, so it's less conducive to the style that you want. So with this build, you're gonna get about a 10-15% increase in DPS. All right, as I've always said, raw damage is more important than crits. You watch my repeater video on why repeaters don't rely on crits, and also why any weapon doesn't rely on crits. Okay, I'll reference that video in the description. But I'm sure you want to see how this will. I'm sure you want to see how this will actually function in combat. So we're gonna take my build for a spin. Now, since this is a catalyst build, you cannot use it without potions, but it will function well enough. Okay, so we'll just go to Cold Runner Key, should do it. There are some annoying behemoths here, but we should be fine. So we'll go into Cold Runner Key, we'll do our thing, and we'll carry on from there. Now, this build is a Predator-based build. So, what does that mean? You are going to have to dodge. If you do not dodge well, do not ever use Predator. Okay, there are ways to build this in a slightly different style, getting similar results, but without using Predator. However, what I will also say is that that kind of building can be pretty complex, and what I'm just going to be 110% honest with you about is the simple fact that most people cannot handle that. They really cannot. So be very aware and be very careful, okay? Because not everybody can handle that style, and not everybody can handle a wounding style. All right, so let's just decimate a Pangar first, because it's, you know, there. And I'll just show you against behemoths 3 levels higher. This build, now Catalyst is so strong that it will easily carry even the worst of builds. Not saying that this build is bad, but it definitely wouldn't be my style. But let me just show you the effect of Catalyst. Now you have to use your, you're gonna have to use your, there we go, Tempest to get an extra wound, because guess what? If you have your, what you call it, acidic, Tempest can be used for wounding and damage as well, which is something else that I try to tell people. It can be very, very powerful as a tool, all right, because you can wound with it. All right, this is why acidic should be in there, because this way you've literally built up everything and the behemoth is decimated almost instantaneously. Let's fight a Gnasher. All right, we'll fight the Gnasher now, which should be easy enough to do. Okay, we'll just fly up. We still have potions from the first round, so remember, Catalyst will make you very, very powerful. So often I feel that it's not the best measure of using a build. This is why a lot of my builds do not contain Catalyst. Now, if you take a hit, you're going to lose Predator no matter what. So just be very careful with that. Okay? But you can basically gain it all back simply by striking the behemoth. That, and get your wounds in as well. This build, because you're using Catalyst, gives you so many options, and the fact that you can simply lifesteal back for health if you ever get in trouble, as you can see right here. Okay, and if you want to just, you know, use your Tempest for wounding, you can do that. You can wound via your Executioner Spearhead as well. You have that. And did you know that your what you call it, your Koshai's Lantern counts as a dodge as well. Just thought you ought to know. This is a great time to build up your Tempest and then go ham. When an area is wounded, you deal additional damage. And if you really get in serious trouble and you end up, say, not being able to heal or whatever, you can revive using the Agorist legendary ability as well. So don't forget that that's in there. Just enjoy wounding the behemoth, and as soon as you get a chance, strike the wounded part for an extra 100% damage and you're good to go. All right. This is literally how the build functions. And it is a fairly good build. Even if you lose your bonuses, you can still kill with a reasonable amount of time. But of course, ideally, you take Catalyst, you take your potions, and you kill things 3 levels above you. You will farm very fast with builds like this. Most Catalyst builds are great for speed farming. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed my revision to your build. I hope this helps you out. Like I said, you get more DPS out of this because, number one, you don't need crits, and you'll still hit the attack speed cap very easily with this as soon as you cause a wound. It's also very easy to cause wounds, and every time you dodge to maintain your Predator, you gain an extra attack, which just makes the fight faster because every dodge is becoming an attack. All right? So thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This channel still needs like 100 more subscribers to get partnered, so if you got friends, help me out. Okay? Thank you very much. If you ever want custom builds and all that kind of stuff, and I always put this in my video just because it makes the haters mad, email realasianrobot@gmail.com, 50 USD for a custom build, same price for heroic escalation carry. Thank you very much. See you on the next video. Y'all have a good one now.